Hello and welcome, everybody. This is kind of an odd time. We don't normally what's up, Glenn? Look at you jumping on here so quickly. Good day, mate. How's Australia today, my guy? Yeah, I've been doing Monday shows recently, the past couple weeks. So Sunday, it's a good mix up. I was gonna start like 20 minutes ago, and I'm like, no, that's a weird time, like 9:40. Nah, I gotta do it at like a good time, like an even time. That's right, Glenn. Roll Birds, baby. Even though they lost to Southern the other day. Yeah, they easily could have in their conference tournament been up to a 3 seed with that win because everything else that they needed to happen happened, but didn't happen. But whatever. Stuff happens. Hopefully they can go into their tournament as like a 6 seed and make some noise. What happened in the AAF this week? Good question. Let me bring this up for you. Let's see. All right, so this weekend on Saturday, we had the Memphis Express and the San Diego Fleet going against each other in San Diego. Zach Mettenberger got his first start for the Memphis Express. Their kicker, I don't remember what his name was. Anywho, he got signed literally earlier this week, and he was a big deal in them getting their win this week. First win for the Memphis Express, 26-23 over the San Diego Fleet. The Apollos stay undefeated. They went to Salt Lakes, and it was snowing in Utah. So they got to play in some snow, but the Apollos stay undefeated. They won 20-11. He wasn't a Jet. Hackenberg was a Jet, and Hackenberg got benched. So now it's Mettenberger's show down in Memphis for the Memphis Express. What's up, Cody? How's it going, bro? So then, Glenn, today we had San Antonio at Birmingham. Birmingham suffers their first loss to San Antonio, 12-11. That was a good defensive game. I saw a little bit of that. And then the Atlanta Legends upset the Arizona Hotshots for their first win of the season as well, 14-11. So more defense today, whereas yesterday was a little bit more offense. AAF still going strong. Have you watched any of the AAF, Glenn? Yeah, I mean, this week we had some low scores, but I mean, it's not like that every week. You make one generous donation and they send you all kinds of emails. Jeez. Haven't watched it, Glenn. Go on their YouTube channel, AAF Foosball. Not actually foosball, football. AAF, something like that. The AAF, I think, is what their page is called. Watch some of their games. They got the full games on their YouTube channel. They live stream all their games. It's incredible. Gotta get some fans in here. Snap some people that aren't watching. Here we go. Oh, right there. See, Glenn, next time by next week, I want you to have a favorite AAF team. Okay. See, other sports things that happened. LeBron kind of like imploding against the Suns the other day. That looked awful. Not playing any defense, bad turnovers. Who's my team? I'm kind of just watching the entire AAF league right now. Kind of really liking the Apollos though. Garrett Gilbert, former Texas quarterback, leading them to great things. Steve Spurrier making them look great. So that's always a good thing. What up, Turk? How you doing, bud? Did you watch your future franchise QB perform in the combine this weekend? You buy an AAF jersey? Probably. I thought I saw an ad. I don't know. I just wanted to see if you would assume somebody. Maybe Haskins. I mean, if you want Murray, I mean, he didn't do anything this weekend, but hydrate yourselves, kids. Rosen's on the trade block. See, I don't know. I have a hard time believing any of this because you got so many things going into that. Kingsbury, while he was at Texas Tech, said, "Yeah, I would take Kyler Murray first overall." He becomes the head coach of the team that has the first overall pick and says, "Well, Josh Rosen's my guy." Get that. Who? Tyler? What wrong about what? What did he say now? Oh, because he claims to be a Cardinals fan. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's only had 1 year. I don't like completely bashing dudes after a year. They've had 1 year. I mean, his team was kind of subpar. So I'll text him and we'll see what he says. We'll see if he answers. So was anybody else disappointed in the fact that Kyler Murray did not do anything? Hope the Giants don't move. You never know. They could. Eli sucks. Yeah, well, Eli's going to be their QB for another couple of years. Murray's a diva. So I saw on Twitter somebody brought up a good point. They're saying that he bulked up for the combine so his numbers would look better, but then he felt like if he ran, then he would not, run as fast as he thought he could, because he was saying, or he thinks he's the fastest QB in this entire draft class, which is very possible. Right now, it's Trace McSorley, and I'm pretty sure he's a lot faster than Trace McSorley. So because he bulked up, he didn't want to run the 40 and run it slower. So he's going to run it at his pro day after he, debulks a little bit so he can run it fast. He's kind of taking a weird angle to this because it's like for what he's doing right now. You see what they said? He's a competitor. See what everybody else does. I think that's dumb. What does that mean? That means so the question was how he's a competitor and wants to see what everybody else does. What does that mean? That means he's going to watch everybody else first, see what their numbers are, see how well they throw, see what they do. And then when he goes in on his pro day, he knows what time he has to beat. He knows how many reps he has to beat on bench press. He knows who threw good passes, who didn't. And I mean, it almost helps him in the throwing aspect because he's going to be throwing at Oklahoma to guys that he's used to throwing to. I mean, typically everybody looks better at their pro day throwing than they do at the combine because they're throwing with guys that they're used to throwing with, whereas the combine, it's most of the time guys that they've never even met before, probably. In other words, he wants to avoid looking bad. Yeah, probably. He does it. He wants to be that top pick. He doesn't want to be Alex Smith. What do you mean he doesn't want to be Alex Smith? He got drafted high. What do you mean by that? I think he might have that switched around. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, when they were outside of Radio City Music Hall and they're like throwing passes and stuff, and Alex Smith did not look good. Yeah, through the tire. tires, whatever. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. I thought you were talking about on draft day when Smith got drafted first, and then Rodgers slid until late first round. Well, it's because Aaron Rodgers is accurate as hell. Most accurate QB in NFL history. But anywho, he's going to is Trent Richardson in the AAF? Yes, he plays for the Birmingham Iron, and he's actually one of the best players in the AAF, which is funny. Has he reinvented himself, or is he just playing and more his skill set? Biggest diva in QB history, Alex Smith. I mean, I think he's better now, but I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the people upstairs, I think it is, yelling about games. Now, how do you figure he is when he just goes out there and does his job? Whatever. Always hating, but it's okay. So, obviously, I couldn't watch the entire combine, but while I was just chilling there directing a girls' high school state tournament back in the production room, I was able to watch the receivers and the quarterbacks at the combine, and guys that had a good day at the combine, Drew Lock, which, side note, website's up, check it out. Check out the article on Drew Lock. Love it. I think Cam is the biggest diva. That's more accurate, I would say. Other people that stood out at the combine, Trace McSorley looked real good. I don't like Penn State players because I don't like Penn State whatsoever. But once they get to the NFL, they typically don't have a problem with them. Trace McSorley looked good. Due to his size, some people are asking if he would play DB instead, so he might be switching over to safety. He definitely has the speed for it, and he just needs to bulk up for a little bit more, and he could potentially be a really good safety. He's got that QB mindset that he can see what the formation is and know what they have an idea of what they might be doing. So you never know. What's up, Franco? Yes, I can see what you're saying. So he had a good day. Dwayne Haskins had a good day. Everybody was complimenting him, saying how good he looked, and that he was throwing with confidence, throwing good balls, and like he ran like I think it was like right around a 5.040, and they were trying to denounce the whole running quarterback thing because his 40 time wasn't as good as people were thinking. Nick Fitzgerald is another. Nick Fitzgerald is another guy that they think might switch positions as well. He set the record for most rushing yards by a quarterback in the SEC, breaking Tim Tebow's record. So he's definitely a runner. He didn't look bad throwing the ball though. So there's been talk that people might switch him to a tight end potentially. Who knows? That dude from Buffalo, I don't remember what his name is, but he looks like he should just go back to Buffalo for another year. He looked good, but not too bad. Yeah, let's see. Cole Beasley smoking rocks, expecting 20 mil. Yeah, no, he's done. Bryce Harper finally signing with the Phillies. I kind of thought that was going to happen the entire time. But yeah, 13 years, $330 million. He has an opt-out after 6 years, I believe it is. That's a crazy deal, but that's where we've come to in today's MLB. Why is it terrible for Harper though? He's getting a ton of money. Why is Machado's deal better than Harper's then? Oh, Donald, you left. I was going to say something to you. Well, no, it's spread out over 3 more years. Machado's is 10 years. He can opt out. They can both opt out like halfway through the contract. Hawks tied it up with the Sharks. Yeah, but he's still getting a ton of incentives and other bonuses. Pretty sure Harper's has an opt out. I'll look it up for you. Let's see here. Mike Trout will probably get an even bigger contract when he becomes a free agent. So we'll have to see about that. Let's see. Harper's already making $30 million this season off of that. He's getting $26 million annually from 2020 to 2028. From 2029 to 2031, it's going to go down to 31 or 22 million. I don't know. I hope he doesn't. Let's see. Okay. Originally, it did have an opt out. It does not anymore. The one he officially signed does not have an opt out, but he had one put in there originally. He does get a full no trade clause or full no trade protection. So that's good. I mean, he gets all kinds of bonuses though for things that he could probably like a couple of these he could probably get. All Star, another $50,000 a year. A Gold Glove, another $50,000 a year. Silver Slugger, $50,000 a year. If he wins MVP, 500,000. If he wins NLCS MVP, 50,000. If he wins World Series MVP, 100,000. So he could make 100 or $800,000 in bonuses every season if he hits all of those, which he won't hit all of those, I'm sure. I mean, I think the Yankees were much smarter, anyways, because they signed a bunch of other guys that were still like highly regarded, but not like that top tier of guys. So they still got a good haul of free agents for better deals. Sorry, I've been talking. Hello. um, yeah, and I think 13 years is a ridiculous length for a contract. 10 years is still a ton. Yeah, you didn't have to sign anybody for 13 years. Yeah, Noah was going to be here, but I think he said he was going to be here on Monday and not tonight. And I was going to be. Tyler texted me back and said, "You mean the St. Louis Cardinals?" um, yeah, I see that. Oh my gosh. You can ask him who to keep in fantasy. I don't play fantasy, Jake. I don't think he does either. We'll see. Tyler might get a phone call here in a minute. Um, I don't know. I know. Maybe back in the day when you knew guys weren't really gonna like up and leave in free agency, would a like 10-year, 13-year deal be okay? I wish I had a better angle on this one. Maybe if I just tilted a little bit more. There we go. Um, yeah, back when like guys didn't care as much about money, they just cared more about playing. That like a long contract like that might be okay, but I mean, if I was a GM, like the max amount of years I would put on contract is like 6 10-year deal to ever work out with A-Rod. Yeah, you get a guy that loves that team and loves that city. Deals like this, where it's like a guy's never played for this team, and it's like, yeah, I'll come here for 10 years. Well, what if he doesn't like it after 2 or 3? That's the only good thing about Machado's contract is he has like an opt-out. No, okay. Coolio, dude from Sox on 35th, followed me. You follow me or this page? Yeah, that's me. Oh, I doubt he's going to opt out, but he at least has a chance to if he wants to. I thought Harper was going to, but uh, okay. So Tyler said he's really tired and has to get up early tomorrow morning, so he's not going to call in. But here's what he has to say about the Cardinals and their first overall pick. What in the flying fist fuck are we doing? So he has no idea what they're doing. The Frozen one, Josh Rosen. So yeah, he said that, and he said for Machado and Harper, if both those guys are getting 300 mil plus, then Mike Trout deserves $1 billion because he's light years better than both of them. So, and then I asked him, well, would Rosen to the Redskins? Hey, that's a possibility. The Redskins have a lot of options at QB. They could just get a guy for another year until Alex Smith is healthy to come back. If he decides to come back, they could draft somebody, which I think they will. I honestly could see like Daniel Jones going to the Redskins in like the second or third round. Travis Ward is almost 4 times better than Harper. Well, yeah, that's why he's saying he deserves $1 billion because he's better than both of them. Yeah, I mean, I lost my thought here. Yes, Devin White ran an incredibly fast 40 for a linebacker. He ran it faster than, I believe it was him, ran it faster than Odell Beckham Jr. did. That's incredible. Montez Sweat ran an incredibly fast 40 for an edge rusher. So it looks like the defense in this class is fast. And why do you think that? Supposedly, I read a thing that said the Dodgers were almost willing to offer him $500 million over a span of 15 years, and he said no. That was apparently one of the contracts that they offered him. If that's legit or not, I don't know. I just read a story on it. Better fit. It could be since he is an outfielder and they got rid of Yasiel Puig. I know Puig played left field, but still switch somebody over. Harper plays right. Better bat probably too than Puig. Yeah, dude. The defensive defensive players in this draft look incredible. Linebackers and Puig went to the Reds. He got traded. Yeah, linebackers and edge rushers just look incredible in this draft. I know a lot of them are flying up the boards. One guy that I honestly am not sure about at all is DK Metcalf. Like the dude looks physically incredible. Like obviously we've seen, most people have probably seen the picture of him standing next to like the other receivers and stuff in like the LSU or the Ole Miss weight room, and the dude's just massive, like ripped. And then at the combine, he run, what was it, a 4.34 40 or something like that. Incredibly fast 40. He had, I think it was like a 40-inch vertical or 41. Good. That's a good vertical. he everything he does that just takes like physical skill, he's just killing it. He looks amazing. But on the field, he has no stats. Bring up his career stats at Ole Miss. So his freshman year, he played in 2 games, had 2 catches, both of which for touchdowns, 13 yards. So probably goal line situations where he just threw up fades in the end zone. His that and then that was his. He redshirted the rest of that year. His he looks like a creative player. Yeah, his second season at Ole Miss, he played in 12 games, had 39 receptions, 646 yards, 7 interceptions, touchdowns. Jeez. His third season, this last season at Ole Miss, he played in 7 games, had 26 receptions for 569 yards and 5 touchdowns. For 7 games, that's not bad. But if you look at the year prior, where he had 12 games and only had about 100 more yards and 2 more touchdowns, so his on-field production is not great. But everything that he has physically is incredible. So I don't know if somebody could just transform, like if he got a good wide receiver coach and good teammates around him, he might be able to turn into a uh, great wide receiver because he has those tools. He's definitely a good guy to just throw up. Like if you have him running down the sideline and you just throw a fade up to him, he's probably going to come down with it because he can out jump most people and he's strong enough to rip it away from somebody. But can he run in routes over the middle? Can he run good corner routes to shake a guy off of him and catch it and go out of bounds? Can he do the route running? Can he, is he smart enough to know where to go behind guys, when to go in front of guys? That's the questions that people have about him. I saw there was a comment about John Ross on there, only not having very great or very good stats. Yeah, in the NFL, he's not really doing anything. So that's why I was hoping that yeah, dude, the dude's massive. He's strong. Um, when it came out that the Bengals were shopping John Ross, I was hoping that was 100% legit. And as a Packers fan, I was hoping that they would jump on that because they need a good deep threat. They don't really have one right now. I know Valdez Scantling could become one because he's really fast too. But John Ross, he's been hurt. He's on a crappy team. That always can bring some guys down. So a fresh start for Ross might be what he needs to break out because at Washington, he can be a deep threat because he has the speed for it. And the one play that everybody talks about with him is that one against Buffalo where he broke down the sideline, caught the pass, shook the guy, made him fall over, cut back inside, and like juke back in, and the guys fell over and he ran it in for a touchdown. Like he has ability to do things like that. Honestly, that would be a perfect deal. Okay, so Tyler got back to me. He said for the Rosen thing, no sense in taking back-to-back quarterbacks in the first round. Keep Rosen. That way he can develop in Kingsbury's system and get better. I bet you would take Panthers. Yeah. Ross averaged 10 yards a catch last year, far cry from a deep threat. Because he was hurt most of the time. He didn't play very much. Um, and his thoughts on the contracts, both of them are incredibly too long, and he doesn't think either one of them will work out, and they'll get traded eventually. And would have only maxed out at 250 for both of those guys. I mean, Tyler's a Cowboys fan deep down. He's just trying to, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he lives in Arizona now, so maybe he's trying to be a Cardinals fan. Who knows? Cardinals suck. Yeah, your Seahawks suck. Is Bryant done with football? I doubt it. I think he's going to come back. It's going with the AAF. They run out of money. They're still going. They're still going. They and nothing's been said about their money issues yet, so they might have fixed those. Did I have a good birthday? Yes, I did, Jake. Thank you. It's been a good birthday weekend. It snowed here to cap it off. So snow. Yeah, that CFL team cut Johnny Manziel because he broke team rules. Apparently, yes, I'm 23. Um, so, and I think they were going to keep him around, but yeah, the league said no. You broke team rules. Bye bye. So Johnny to the AAF now, maybe he's been in contact with some teams. Inches of snow we get, not very many. It was only like 1.5, if that. The AAF's website was built with React. My website was built with WordPress, so check it out, guys. Insomniac Sports Inc. .wordpress.com. There's one article on it so far. Yeah, I had so many issues trying to get that thing to work, and that's why it took so long to get that article posted. It was supposed to be done last week by like Tuesday, and then like everything just like, and now it's not. It like wasn't working. So I got with my teacher on Thursday, and he helped me fix that website. So what's the site? It's Insomniac Sports Inc. Inc. .wordpress.com. There's not a whole lot on it right now. There's one article. You have to go to the NFL page, and there's an article on there about who I think should be the first QB taken. It's getting there. If anybody else wants to write something, send it to me. I'll look at it, see. Yeah, because you got to pay money for that. I'm not paying money for that. Maybe once I have like money to spend on it, I can get it just Insomniac Inc. or InsomniacSportsInc.com. But right now, I don't have money to just be buying a website. Which I start my new job where we open the restaurant Monday or tomorrow. So, woo, excited! $12 for domain name most. Was it $12 like a month or something? Regardless, I don't want to spend money on it yet. So deal with it for now. I think it looks good as it is right now, and it'll just get better. So, yeah, Reds better than the Yankees. I don't know about that. $12 for the year. Nah, I've never seen that, and nobody's ever said that. So, ready for March Madness, dude. I'm hyped. Um, this always brings out the best basketball. Typically, looks good. Thank you. Somebody thinks so. I know it hasn't had too many views yet. I can see who looks at it, or well, how many people look at it, not who, but a couple people looked at it. So develop me a better website then, Mr. Web Developer. We're going to do it right in the middle of the show, bud. That can be something that you can. Cool. Then make it look amazing. Let me see it, and then we'll see what happens. Oh, you won't because you don't want to. You don't want this to turn out great. You want Insomniac Sports to crash and burn. You want me to fail. See how it is. Oh, hey Alex. Sorry, bud. I was looking up things. I didn't see you on here. Murray, number one overall, would be bad if they did that. Biggest surprise in the draft so far. Well, nobody's been drafted yet. So, if you mean the biggest surprise of the combine or who might get drafted, I don't know, but do it. I've built websites with codes before and it sucks. It's time consuming. Things don't work out the way they want you to because you might have put an accidental period in there or something. and you go through and try to find it, and you can't find anything. Oh, well, I mean, WordPress literally just like gives you everything, and then they're like, "Hey, what do you want to put in here?" And you just click stuff. It's like super simple, simplicity. What? What have I used? To what, make websites, or like what have I done for like coding? But they're not charging me. It's free, and then I can buy the domain name. What have I used? Oh, for coding? It's been a while since I did coding. I don't even have the program on here anymore because I had to wipe the computer. I don't remember. I know it was like an orange thing. Let's see. I know one of my friends was helping me with it, and let's see if I go here. Maybe I can find it. No, they beat Michigan State. Maybe they did beat Michigan, and I didn't see it. But yeah. What was it? Who's going to take Murray if Arizona doesn't? I know Miami might be in the mix there. Uh, Definitely New York Giants. Never built with WordPress, so it might be interesting. I mean, you can go ahead. It's pretty easy. Yeah, that's what I just said. Michigan State. Um, Jeez, looking through all of this like coding stuff, I'm like, I don't even remember what half this means anymore. Jeez. That's probably why I didn't do very good in that class because my friend was drunk half the time helping me with this. He's like, "Yeah, bro, I got you." Sloshed. Yeah, building a website with WordPress. WordPress built you a site. Yeah, I mean, they give you like the outline of it, and you just put in your own things. You can like code all kinds of stuff in there if you want to, but it's not. You mean you don't have to. Jeez. Let's see if I can find what that coding program was called. Content management system. Oh, okay. I took this class like almost 4 years ago now, so I don't remember. I remember when I did like my final project for that coding class, I made a website and it was about Michael Vick because it was like him possibly retiring. The people care. You don't have to be so rude, bro. I always called you Brooke. Turk. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So you guys want to talk about potential March Madness matchups? We can look at the. Yeah, he's a web developer apparently. Let's see. How old is this? Uh, this isn't very new. Trying to find an updated potential like bracket. Thought he was a musician. Okay, here's a pretty updated one. He could do both. You never know. So, one seeds as they sit right now are Virginia, Gonzaga, Duke, and Kentucky. Um, that one I think could change I don't know if Gonzaga will stay at number one. If they do, it looks like they don't have a very difficult bracket per se. They'll have to play Prairie View A&M or what's up, bro?
Well, the Cardinals take Kyler Murray, and so then what they do is they trade Rosen out, and they use whatever. Let's say they get a bunch of picks, and then they use those picks to trade for Antonio Brown. Is this possible? And then do you think that it will get them from bottom of their division into the playoffs? All right, I'm gonna let you talk now. Bye.
What? No, Alex, stay. Why didn't he come back? Okay. Welcome to the show, Alex, for calling in for all of 10 seconds. I was totally going to introduce you, and now you left. So, well, you were saying trade Rosen, get draft picks, and then draft Murray. Oh, there's a video playing somewhere. Where is? It says the sound's coming from here. Stop. Okay. So, Alex, I'll read this over again. See, you probably texted me, and I was too busy talking to. Yeah. Oh, well, he doesn't have a contract with the CFL anymore. They let him go. Anywho, let's see if I got your question right here. So you can use CSS if you want to. You don't have to. Cardinals, draft Murray, trade Rosen. You said to the Raiders and get some draft picks and then use those draft picks to get Antonio Brown, or was it the Raiders get draft picks? I think if you would have just stayed on the phone, bro, I would have introduced you to the show. It would have been lit. Very interesting. You think so? If they don't take Murray, who drafts him? Let's see. I'll just get the draft order up here right now. I don't know. Never tried that. So if the Cardinals don't take Murray, Niners have Garoppolo. They think they're set. Jets think they're set with with what's his nuts, Darnold. Raiders. You're a cornball. You are a cornball, Jake. Raiders, they've been back and forth on who they think is their starting QB. I know at one point Gruden was trying to get rid of Derek Carr, and then the other day he was like, Derek Carr's our guy. Let's go. I know Mike Mayock said that Carr is their guy, so no, he's playing Fortnite. That's why he didn't want to stay on the phone. Okay, so yeah. What he was trying to say, that's my friend Alex. I think what he was trying to say was, here's a possible situation. Cardinals draft Murray first overall. Trade Rosen to the Raiders for one or two of those draft picks that they have. They then use those draft picks to trade to the Steelers to get Antonio Brown to go to Arizona and pair up with Kyler Murray. Is it possible? Yeah, probably. Will it happen? No. Why? Because I don't see Josh Rosen garnering more than one first-round pick. The Steelers are going to want more than one first-round pick for him, probably, or another big player. I honestly don't know who the Cardinals could trade as a good player. Patrick Peterson, maybe, but I don't think they would want to do that. I know he's been he's tested the market before a little bit, but I don't think they would ever actually trade him. So I don't think that situation could work. Trading Rosen to the Raiders could work. I don't know. It just depends on what Mayock and Gruden think of their quarterback, because lately they've both come out saying that Carr is their number one guy. So I don't know. I mean, it's an idea. Uh, Jeez. So back to where Carr is done in Raiderland. Well, he hasn't been traded yet or cut, so who knows? We might just get a surprise update one day of, hey guys, Derek Carr's been traded. Who knows? Are you playing in WordPress right now? Um, so back to who could draft Kyler Murray. So yeah, Jets think they're set with Darnold. Raiders, who knows what they're gonna do? I don't think they would draft him though. They've got plenty of other picks to take a, a just as good, if not slightly better QB later on. I don't think Murray is worth the first 10 pick. I'll just read it. Okay. Bucks, they have said that they're sticking with Jameis Winston, which I think is a stupid idea. They might draft somebody later on. Who knows? I think Fitzpatrick's staying there for another year, so they have those two guys there. Giants could potentially take Murray at 6. Jaguars have reportedly or are reportedly signing Nick Foles to a multi-year contract. Once the new league year begins on the 13th, so 10 days from now, they're supposedly going to offer him probably like a 4-year contract, 4 or 5-year contract. It's possible. So they won't be in the mix for Murray more than likely. Lions, they've got Stafford. Bills have Allen now. Broncos have Flacco, but lately there's been a lot of talk that Elway's really high on Drew Lock. So Drew Lock might go to the Broncos there instead of Kyler Murray. Bengals, they think they're set. Packers have Rodgers. Dolphins could take Murray if he slides to 13. You can say Stafford blows all you want, but they think that he is their guy and they're not getting rid of him. I think they're just trying to prove, they're like trying to validate that taking him first overall. Bengals set with Dalton. I don't think they are, but they've committed to him. They've said that he's their guy. So I highly doubt they will. They've got other needs that they probably they really don't need to take him, but you never know. Let's see. Falcons have Matt Ryan. Washington could potentially take him at 16. It all depends on how far down he slides down the boards. Aside from him, or aside from those couple teams, you go through Panthers, no. Browns, no. Vikings, no. Titans, no. Steelers, no. Seahawks, no. Ravens, no. Texans, no. Raiders again, possibly. Just depends on where he's at that point, if he's been taken by an earlier team or not. Eagles, no. Colts, no. Raiders again, potentially. Chargers, no. Chiefs, no. Packers, no. Rams, no. Patriots, no. So it's potentially. That's true. Anything can happen, but we don't know until it happens. Those are just like the teams that right now obviously need a QB or have issues there. Witten's back. Yeah, that's a really stupid move on his part. He already sounds half retarded. He's just going to make it even worse. Ooh, here's a good question. And I'm sorry, Alex, if you're asking these and I'm not. Okay, will Arizona make the playoffs with Murray? No. Oh my gosh. Trying to make a run. Who is? Yeah. So here's a question that I got. Would the Pats take Rosen from Arizona for a couple of draft picks? Honestly, if the Patriots are trading for him, they'd probably be like, hey, we'll give you a 3rd round pick. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, the Patriots offered it. Yes. So, I mean, that's an interesting situation. They very well could if the Cardinals wanted to draft Murray overall, well, number one overall for whatever reason. Then Rosen sits behind Brady for a couple of years, and realistically, Brady might be gone in 2 or 3 years. And I really hope so. But then Rosen could take over for the Patriots. It's an interesting situation, and it is a good possibility. But will it happen? Probably not. As long as the Patriots think they're set with Tom Brady, I don't think they're too worried about quarterbacks. They'll take somebody um, in like the fifth or sixth round, and be like, "Yeah, this is our future." The Lakers lost right now. You mean against the Suns? Yeah, he was. LeBron was not happy. He was very frustrated. He was throwing terrible passes out of anger that were getting stolen. The one just throwing the inbound pass off the backboard, that was the like, okay, you hate life right now. I understand. So that's ugh, eh, bad situation there. Yeah, scary. Let's see, Durant to the Lakers. I don't know if you'd want to go there. They're looking so bad right now, and LeBron's getting so pissed. He just looks like about them Pistons beating the Raptors tonight. That is a huge win for the playoff push, and Blake Griffin making that crazy circus shot tonight too. Bucks Warriors finals, possibly. The Bucks are playing incredibly good right now. Yeah, I mean, sometimes a little magic happens in those crazy shots. Bucks and 7, I sure hope so. That would be amazing. Um, I mean, they lost the other day by 4 points with like a quarter of their team out. Am I a Bucks man? I mean, I like players, not Selection Sunday is in St. Pat's Day. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know what day. Yeah, yeah, looks like it. Good luck beating the Warriors. They already have like what twice, 2 or 3 times. Selection Sunday, yes. Selection Sunday is when they pick the seeds for all the basketball teams going into the NCAA tournament. You'll be blacked out after 5 drinks. I might be working that day, and I really hope I am. Get people coming in. I'll serve them all kinds of beer. Probably be serving up a lot of Guinness that day. Is Virginia good? They play like it for good stretches, and then there's a couple. Then they hit like the little skid, and they'll go 2 or 3 games where they just look terrible. The way it sits right now, Virginia would be playing Iona or Norfolk State in the first round. That's probably an easy win for them. Irish car bombs. I had one of those the other day. It was great. After that, then they would play the winner of Baylor VCU. And this is just as the bracket sits right now. This isn't official. This is not what the bracket's going to be a couple weeks from now. TSA Academy. Ooh. Zion coming back? I think he will. There's been, it's been like a back and forth thing of like, oh, you don't need to come back. Oh, you should come back. Don't come back. Who knows? I think he will. Is Michigan a 1 seed? No, they're set as a 2 right now, but I think they'll probably drop to like a 3 when it's all said and done. But yeah, like for Virginia, I think they'll probably get beat when they have to play. Um, they'll end up having to play either LSU or Maryland more than likely. And I think if they play LSU, they'll probably lose. They've got kind of a tough bracket. Loyola's down to a 15 seed. Dang. Zion's agent probably begging Zion to shut it down. Well, maybe. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if you had an agent already. Ugh. If they win out and win the Big Ten tourney, they will be a 1 seed. Possibly. Depends on what the other 1 seeds do right now, because right now it's Virginia, Gonzaga, Duke, and Kentucky. Really, the only one that they could take would be Virginia or Duke. And the way it's set right now, they're in the West bracket, which Gonzaga is the number one. So they would have to bump them over to like the East to overtake Virginia. But then they got Michigan State right there, who's already beat them too. So I don't know. It's all going to get shook up here in the coming weeks when we see what happens in the conference. Virginia Tech is tough. Yeah. Virginia Tech, where are they at? I don't even see Virginia Tech on here right now. Virginia is usually overrated, but we'll see. They might be able to get in there a little bit. Right now, it looks like Virginia Tech's not even in the tournament because I'm not seeing them on here. There they are, Virginia Tech. Okay, so they're in the same bracket as Michigan right now. I was hoping UW would get in, but they lost to Cal. Yeah, that game is huge. It is huge. There's a lot of big games coming up here soon. A lot of seeding potential in the coming games here. It's going to be interesting to see this year's tournament if Duke just flies through it all, or North Carolina Duke this Saturday. Yeah, that might be Zion's return game because he'll come back and want to be like, hey, this is what happens if I actually play against you. Michigan State's always money. They are usually pretty money in the tournament. They got to play a tough Loyola team in the first round, though, as it sits right now, and then either Louisville or Oklahoma. So we'll see. Purdue's going to win the Big Ten. I don't know about that one. I think it might be one of the Michigan teams. I think Purdue will probably make it pretty far, but let's see if we get let's see. Do we have a bracket set? No, for the Big Ten. No. That's true. I mean, everybody can choke or play really good, so who knows? No, that's not what I'm looking at. Why can I not find a bracket for this? One of the most successful tourney teams the past few years. They have. John Beeline's done a good job with them. Jeez, finally. Okay. So this Big Ten, if this was from a couple days ago, but I mean, there's only been one game since then. What seed do you think Wisconsin's going to be in the tournament? Probably a 4 or a 5. Leaning more towards 5, just because Wisconsin typically doesn't get the love that they deserve, but this year I don't think they necessarily deserve it. So probably 5. Big Ten tournament as it sits right now, Michigan State is number 1, Purdue 2, Michigan 3, Maryland 4. They get the double bye. The first couple games, we got Northwestern against Nebraska. Northwestern is the worst team in the conference right now, with Penn State right behind them, even though Penn State almost took Wisconsin to OT and almost beat them. Best online tournament to play. I usually just do ESPN. They have an easy app that lets you do them all. If you guys want, I'll create a tournament challenge and invite everyone. I can invite people to it. We'll see how well we do. Does Texas make the tourney? I think they do. They're in right now. Where did I see them on here? I know I saw them on here. Yeah, they're in as a 9 seed right now. So depending on how they do in their last couple games in the Big 12 tournament, they might drop out. They might be one of the first 4 out, first 4 in. Who knows? Is Roach going to come back? It would be huge for them if he did. I don't know if he will though. Let's see, here's an update on it from 2 days ago on his suspension. What? I have to subscribe to a Texas website? No. Why did he get suspended? I don't remember, honestly. I thought it was just like a team violation. Keep going, Big Ten tournament. Hold on. Got other questions to answer here. Yeah, it was just a violation of team rules. How much can you win? I think they have like $1 million thing is all they got. Here we go. Here's one from a day ago. Will Kerwin Roach return? Okay, well, this doesn't say for sure, but supposedly a guy, he's a writer for, it seems like he's a beat writer for Texas, said that he might come back for the Big Ten tournament. Or Big 12 tournament. My best year so far with the tournament. Well, hello, another YouTube viewer. Awesome. Best year I had was 2015. No, 2015, I believe, when it was Wisconsin and Duke. That was 2014 or no, that was 2015. Yeah. Yeah, that year because I always just make a fun bracket with Wisconsin going all the way for no reason. Just in case it were to happen, I can say, "Oh, yep, I did it." But yeah, like that actually happened, and like I had a best year I had when Memphis went to the finals. Oh, what was that? 2008. But yeah, when I had Wisconsin going all the way, and yeah, they should have won. They got screwed on a couple calls, but you can't always blame it on the refs. They should have played better. Things happen. But yeah, that was fun. I didn't think that bracket was actually going to do any good, and I picked a couple upsets that happened in that bracket too, and I was like, oh my gosh, this bracket is. Gosh, I don't even remember. Did I even do a bracket last year? I don't know if I even did a bracket last year. No, I did. I just didn't pay attention to it very much. I just watched it and yeah, Frank and Decker, dynamic duo for Wisconsin for 2 years. I don't know. What was I doing? Oh, that's when I was first getting into like TV stuff. So I was like really into that. And I was just kind of like, oh yeah, the tournament's happening right now too. Neat. Oh well, stuff happens. Let's see. What else do you guys want to talk about? Because we've been on here for a little over an hour now, so getting close to shutting her down. And Turk is just a hateful soul. Thank you. I appreciate you watching and the compliments. It's always good. You don't know about sports. Have a great week. Come back next week. We'll chit chat some more. Maybe next week I'll for sure have Noah here. We'll see. I don't know. Things change. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, guys, we're gonna shut her down here. check out the article. Oh, you think so? Not entirely. I don't think so. Alex, you ask a question and then leave? I don't think so. I think all these AAF teams are still just kind of getting going. You know, Atlanta looked terrible first like 2 weeks. Last week he didn't look. They didn't look. He last week they didn't look too bad, and then this week they knocked off one of the top teams in the league. So I don't think it is fork knife. I might be on here in a minute. Then I can play with you if you're not full squad. So we'll have to see how the AAF shakes out. In the end, I think they're all going to be pretty evenly matched, like record wise. But obviously, right now, Orlando is the team in the AAF. Yeah, check out the website, guys. Insomniac Sports Inc. Inc.wordpress.com. Check out the one article that's up there right now. I'm going to start another one probably this week. And hopefully that one will go a lot quicker because I have it actually figured out now. And WordPress's block system is really stupid, but I figured it out now, so we're good. Check it out. Should have another coming soon. If anybody else wants to write an article, send it to me. You can send it to Insomniac Sports Inc. at Gmail, or you can DM it to me on Twitter. I'll check it out. If it's good, I'll post it. If it's not, I'll make edits to it, tell you about it. If you think it's good, then we'll take care of it. Other than that, have a great week, everybody. See y'all next time.